Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Libra, is number 38 and it says amusement. So number 3, 8 and 11 are coming to prominent with this energy. 11 is a master number. It's a portal that you're entering right now, Libra. Ruled by Venus. Venus is your ruler and you're all about harmony, relationships, balancing the scales. Venusian energy also brings about fun, humor, lightheartedness, enjoyment, creativity. So I feel that right now, Libra, you are all about, finding the joy in things that you do. It's like centering your every day-to-day activities, having pleasure in it, finding joy in it. You're not like, about everything needs to be perfect kind of a vibe. You're not about that. Maybe you were, but at least this is a change, or this is an energy that you're inviting into your life, where you're not, worrying about the perfection, like this needs to be here and this needs to be like this. You're more about just laugh it out, have fun, spontaneity, just having like happy hours, going having spontaneous plans with your friends or with your neighbors, interacting with new people. And this is also like coming together, maybe for collective events or something like that. This is an energy where people, when there are farmers markets, people play, a lot of instruments and they do a lot of displays, whether they're painting or face painting in those public spaces, that they transform completely. They transform the aura and the energy of that space just by these beautiful acts of amusement. This could be just dancing randomly. I'm getting flash mob energy also, but where you're open to communicating with strangers, joining them in some, like sitting with strangers and striking a conversation when you're sitting in a stadium or when you're on a train, just talking to people that are around you. This can also be like just the team building events at your office place. This could also be neighborhood events that you're organizing or you're participating in with your neighbors, getting to know them, engaging more with people around you. This can also be just like staying in a very playful, lighthearted mood, whether you're sharing jokes with people online, offline. But right now you're just, your priority is just to have fun. It's to enjoy your life, to, just to find the light in the small, little tasks, small joy, small pleasure. It's like smelling the roses kind of an energy. And these days, there's a lot of emphasis on that, whether it's schools or whether it's like, the combined laughter yoga sessions where, people come together and heal together, laugh and talk together. So community events, community projects, but this is like having your mindset shift to that portal. 11 is new and is the gateway to a portal of joy, of spiritual bliss, finding goodness and lightheartedness in people around you and the activities. The next card you have, Libra, is the number 2. It says practicalities. Further, it says Sun in Taurus, boost self-worth and finances. And if you look at the picture, there is a sun shining with a beautiful halo, shining on a lavender field, which is abundant. There's coins for wealth, harmony, peace. Lavender is the color of the higher chakras. It's also the color, it also promotes harmony and peace. Lavender in general is used at night when you're not able to sleep, to promote just calming the nerves. That's what lavenders are used for. So I feel that, Libra, you are aligning your finances. You're doing things, we beside hustles that bring in money. It's like when we, like, for example, and you're probably doing things that are, coming from your inner core, like the fair trade practices, or the ethical trade where fresh resources and materials and transparent practices are the priority. This could also be, doing something which your ancestors were into, some craft that's come from your ancestors or family heritage or something like that, maybe traditional crafts, maybe weaving or something like pottery, designing, whatever it is. You could be into that and you could be putting it out in the world. So with that, you make money, but at the same time, that is, it's coming from your family ancestry. So it could be that as well. That is also about fairness. Libra, you're all about fairness. So fair trade and being fair in terms of where you spend, having your budgets and allocating resources and money to the right places, whether it's nourishing yourself or going out for exercises or the gym or therapy or clothing, even food, whatever is aligning with your set of values, your core values, something, and you're doing it in a way that is strong, that's foundational, that has strong foundational, that's rooted in high values, which is long-term. You're focused at long-term ideas, long-term plans, and you're investing your time and resources into that, whether it's investments or whether it's caring for yourself and your family. This could also be related to land and gardening, or related to beauty and comfort, and just having a beautiful garden outside your house, or maybe using lavender even in your day-to-day beautifying your house, or lavender oils and things like that. But something that is very nurturing, something that will grow, something that is creative and practical and long-term, something that gives you joy and confidence and also income. So a lot of factors out here that you're considering. You could be into gardening, maybe growing your own produce or herbs, or you're preparing some food based on your herbs or vegetables that are growing in your backyard or house and things like that. Or you could be helping with, helping support community or environment or your neighborhood in some way. You're investing your time and energy and resources into the right places, somewhere which adds beauty to your life, to other people's life. Whether it's, buying fashion, we call that dresses that are made through fair trade practices, and, where each and every item that you buy, use, is something that reflects your inner core values, that reflects your beauty of your soul. And also very deliberate actions, the choices that you're making are very deliberate, very high value, because you're tapping into your higher self now. So high value decisions, something that sits well with your inner core. And I feel that is, and your inner self, your thinking, your values are reflected in everything on the outside. Your external environment reflects your inner core. The next card you have, Libra, is number 2, and it says presence. So number 2 is coming important with this energy. Now, presence is, if you see the picture, this person is working through a portal. This portal is, this portal of presence is all about just being mindfully present wherever you are. Being very grounded in your emotions. It's like fully showing up in terms of who you are. And you are doing things very consciously, Libra. I feel that you are, very cool, calm, collected. You're listening to people, thinking or taking that pause or taking a second or two break before you say something. You're seeing things after that clarity, after listening to people. with a lot of fairness and empathy for people. And so some of you might be partaking in meditative practices in order to ground or to focus on the present moment, but this is like mindful presence. Wherever you go, you're listening carefully. You don't have those rigid thoughts or rigid ideas in your head. You're listening and then you're communicating very mindfully. Sometimes you have to make, on the spot decisions. Should I say that or should I not? So especially when whether you're in groups or whether you are, whether you're actually verbally communicating or you're communicating through chats and offline, I feel that you're composing yourself. You're thinking things through, like, what should I say? Instead of just saying anything that comes to your mind at the moment and then feeling bad about it or regretting it later. So I do feel that you're also trying to stay less distracted. Maybe you're trying to take some quiet moments away from the information overload that we have today online. I also feel with this presence, you're mindfully present in all occasions and all occasions and with all connections. You are listening to them carefully. You're establishing more deeper connections and bonds rather than just superficial, thoughts. So, it's a moment where you go meet with your friends and you put your phone on silent mode so that you're actually present there. You're not just scrolling through your phone periodically and, making the other person feel a certain type of way that you're not invested. I feel you're investing into people and places wherever you go. And this is very important. There are a lot of quiet zones these days that are created in urban cities so that people actually can just be there by themselves. It's like just be present and recollect your thoughts and regroup your thoughts and your energy and, establish your own balance and be grounded in your emotions. So very gracefully you're showing up, consciously paying attention and invested in everything that you're doing. And the last card for today, Libra, you have is the Three of Wands. This is minor arcana, Wand is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are the fire elements. You are the air sign. Three of Wands, it's in the reverse for you. So Three of Wands in the upright is like forward movement and, everything's working. You're waiting for your ships to come in or you almost seen your ships coming in. But this in the reverse, it's like you flip the energy over, which means that there is delays, there's pauses, and there's intentional delay. And nothing wrong with that because Libra, for you, I feel that this is the pause by the universe so that you can recheck your plans, recheck what you're doing, fine-tune things, It's like getting your ducks in a row and making sure that all the ducks are lined up correctly, that they're not out of line, It's like maybe, for example, if you're launching a project, making sure that the funding is there, the backup is there, the resources are there, the venue is there, and, the advertising and marketing, everything is in place. But this means that something is not right, something's missing. You need to recheck, are the resources there? Or maybe they've gone on a leap and maybe a marketing person or a person who had to inaugurate your store has gone on a leap. So now you're looking for alternate people to come, and something like that. Or maybe you are trying to build a bridge somewhere. Maybe you're in the architecture, maybe you're in construction, and then suddenly it starts to rain. Or suddenly, maybe you're doing it in winters and it's foggy. Now you can't see where to take this bridge. So things like that happen. But this pause is actually a genuine pause, which means that there is, this is like an indication from the universe to actually see or rethink your plans. So if there is a pause, if there is a stagnation, if something has come to a halt for you, it's that not exactly a halt. I would say things are slowing down. It's because of a reason. Maybe you need to reassess the cost or the investment or see, is it the right way that you're doing it? Is everything lined up correctly? It's like a second chance for you to prepare, to fine tune, to find backups. So that later on, everything goes smooth and there are no hiccups. So making sure that everything's stable, up and running, and things like that. Because, sometimes when, especially for example, like the car companies, there are recalls because they didn't check all those things before. Had they checked or they delayed their launch of vehicles, maybe a month or two, they could have checked the things, then they would have avoided these recalls. So yeah, the pause is painful, but then it's also sometimes it helps us save a lot of time, money, and reputation and things like that. So you could be redefining or rethinking some timelines for your project, or you could be thinking about, maybe your investments. Rather, it's not a time to take that leap, blind leap forward. You need to think things through. So this is basically a time to reassess, to be patient, and things will be better after this. Whenever you come out of this pause, whenever you come out of this stagnation, there is going to be a certain type of a renewal. Maybe the way you did it before, after the pause, is going to be different from the way you had planned it before. Something is going to be done differently. It's like pushing out things because it's necessary. Maybe even the tech companies, they'll delay their products to ensure that the market is ready for it. Or sometimes people that are that create music in the creative arts, music and paintings and creative things, they will hold off on it to fine-tune their craft to make sure that the public is ready to receive their art and things like that. So yeah, these are general messages, Libra. So let me know how these energies are playing out in your life or in the environment around you, and hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.